This is episode 16 of Real Occult, where we apply numerology and astrology to the material world. Now, in this episode, we are going to be talking about names, the numerology of your name, or of names in general. And so we are going to be discussing how to calculate your name's energy, why the energy of your name even matters in the first place, or at all. And we're going to do a quick breakdown of the differences between the name Elise, E-L-I-S-E, and the name Eliza, E-L-I-Z-A. Elise is 5 energy, and Eliza is 8 energy. So we're going to talk about the difference at the end. So let's get right into it. How do you calculate your name's energy? So when it comes to the alphabet, every letter corresponds with a number. A, B, C, D. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, and so on and so forth, all the way down to Z. And so in order to calculate your name, you can do one of two things. You can do it by hand, writing your name out, and then adding each corresponding value together. Or you can go online to a gematria calculator and plug your name in there, and you will get the energetic value of your name. So why does that even matter? Why should you even spend the time to figure out what your name's energy is? Every single time someone calls your name, you are responding to that energy. So for the name Elise, every single time someone calls out, "Hey Elise," and you respond, you are directly interacting with and responding to that 5 energy. Every single time you sign your name on a sheet of paper, you are signing that energy down as what represents your body. When you introduce yourself to someone else, my name is blah, 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 XYZ, you are telling them what energy represents your body. So this is how you are interacting with the environment around you through your name. And when people call your name, you introduce yourself, you are using this energy to represent you. So if you have 3 energy, it would make sense and it would align with your personality to be playful, probably talkative, happy, fun, energetic, all of the childlike qualities that 3 energy represents. And so when you know your name, you can begin aligning your energy with that. So as strangers interact with you, they get a good first impression because everything is in alignment. You're acting in accordance with your life path, the energy of the day you were born, and having a little bit of flavor of the energy of your name. And a lot of times, way more often than you would imagine, either your life path or the energy of the day that you were born will be the exact same energy of your name. It's that case for myself. Way before I ever even knew anything about numerology and astrology, neither one of my parents are really into esoteric stuff or spirituality type teachings, occult type teachings, yet they still named me energetically in alignment with my life path. It's very, very cool. Natural alignment. And so when you know your name, you can also create natural alignment. Or when you go to name your child, you can give them alignment so that they don't feel tension around their name. And it's very, very funny because me personally, a little anecdote before we get into the comparisons between the names, Elise and Eliza. For a very long time growing up, I was not a very big fan of my name. Didn't really like it. My dad's a junior, I wanted to be a third. I thought it would be so cool to be a third. However, the name I have aligns with my energy. If I was a third, it would not. So now, fast forward a handful of years, I'm extremely grateful for my name. And I love my name because it actually represents my energy very, very well. So now let's get into this comparison between Elise, Elise, 5 energy, and Eliza, Eliza, 8 energy. Energetically speaking, both of these names convey confidence and can command the attention of a room. Both names, very powerful names. 5 energy is entertainer energy, while 8 energy is simply a powerhouse. When it comes to sexual appeal, Elise, Elise, because it is 5 energy, it's adaptable and adventurous. It's going to come across in general, the person as they're introduced, as they naturally begin to embody the qualities of their name. Elise is going to come across as more sexually seductive, while Eliza, because of that dynamic and powerful 8 energy, is still going to have that sexual appeal, but it's going to be flavored a lot more high class, upscale, luxurious, kind of high society sort of vibes. And now, 8 energy represents money, power, and material abundance. So that's why it's going to be a lot more of a high class sort of sex appeal. The adventurous, fun-loving 5 entertainer is a lot more go with the flow, playful sexual energy. Eliza with the Z, dominatrix. Elise, girl next door. Elise with the E, girl next door. Eliza, dominatrix type of energy. And so the number 8 is a very karmic number. So with power comes responsibility. With that very powerful sexual appeal comes responsibility. It's an extremely karmic number because it requires you to balance both the material and spiritual world. If you just take a peek at the shape of the number 8, you'll notice there's not a lot of substance in the middle. There's a circle on top and a circle on the bottom. And so this creates the tendency for 8 life paths, people born on 8 energy days, people with a lot of heavy 8 energy, tends to create the tendency for these people to oscillate up and down between the material world on the top and the spiritual world on the bottom. You get some material goods, you lose them, you come back down into the depths of the spiritual world. to fix your foundation, and then you come shooting back up into the material world, gaining, and then you lose it again and have to go back to the spiritual world to repair your foundation once more. In this cycle, if you are not aligned spiritually with your material pursuits, if your spiritual world cannot support your material pursuits, I should say, you're going to become an up and down roller coaster oscillating between material world and spiritual world. And that's 8 energy. It's like riding a roller coaster of karma, because you're directly tied into the divine. Elise, back to Elise, Elise, 5 energy. This is, like I was saying, it's the girl next door. It's the social butterfly. Fun-loving, adventurous, like I've said before, go with the flow. And it's also highly adaptable. The 5 energy is constantly changing, constantly able to adapt and constantly able to entertain and connect with others. It's a social, extremely social energy. 8 is a lot more material and spiritual. 5, social, outgoing. 8, more centered on self and your spiritual and material pursuits. So the next step, if you were going to choose between naming your child Elise or Eliza, would be to see how each name energetically fits in with the last name, the life path, and the day of birth, the energy of the day they're born. The more alignment you can get with all of those among those, the better off you will be. Better off may not be the right word. It is not the right word, because we're all meant to learn lessons in this lifetime. And some people's lessons they're meant to learn is how to overcome this tension with their personal identity, and having a name that does not align with your natural identity is one way that the universe will guide these people to these conclusions so that they can learn these lessons and grow spiritually. So checking how the names align with the last name, life path, day of birth would be the next step. If you would like me to help you, you can send an email, Tristan, Tristan, @realoccult.com. You can go to Twitter, occultbro29, OCCULTBRO29. Send me a message on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, Tristan G. Mueller, TristanGmueller is my Instagram. I've just started posting on there a little bit more. I haven't been on there since like 2019. So it's a dead page just coming back to life. If you have questions there and that's your preferred method, you can hit me up on there. You can also go to school.com/real occult. That's SKOOL.com/real occult. It's a free community. Right now it's free. It's a free community we have that helps women in their 20s gain clarity, make better decisions, and have fun reaching their potential with numerology and astrology. If you have made it this far, I genuinely appreciate you listening. I hope you got something out of this, and I will talk to you again soon.